Podcast, you can't win. I touch black and whites just by stroking my chin. Tell Marva got a plan if he just sit in. And we can be the sons and thus fit in. Talking a good game, topics never lame. Conversations just the same right before they left the brain. Seriously funny, but if you take us seriously, you end up smiling. If not, laugh hilariously. And every Tuesdays we're on the one, so stay in tune before noon. It's the Podical Sons.
It's ridiculously funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have law degrees. I am Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. Happy snowy fucking Sunday.
I don't know where it came from. You know, I went to bed with the ground bare. Woke up with fucking white Christmas tunes in my head.
I had a rude awakening my damn self. Woke up, went to go make some tea, turned my head and looked out the window. I'm like, looks very Caucasian outside after all this black progressive shit we had. And we're here.
And we're here, man. Yeah, because I got up extra. I mean, I'm early bird anyway, but I got up extra early because I was like saying to myself, okay.
What time do you normally wake up?
I'm usually up by, I want to say, the latest maybe 9.
That ain't extra early. I'm thinking you're talking about like about 5.
No, this morning I got up like 7 I got up this morning.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
I mean, for a Sunday, for people not working, like that's early, right?
True.
I got up and I said to myself, you know what? There's some things I gotta do. I gotta hit the road because we know that lockdown is happening on tomorrow morning, Monday. I'm like, shit. Let me try and get whatever I need to do out early, because wifey went to the grocery. I think it was yesterday. She went and did some groceries. She said it was like straight, like mad. Like the madness has returned. We're locking down Monday. It's a Sunday we're recording now. We're locking down Monday in Canada.
In Canada,
Toronto, Peel, community. We're locking down as of Monday. So I had to get all that shit. We had to get all that shit out the way, and it was just like it's nuts. When I got up this morning, I was like, yo, went to the weed store. I got a line up going around. I was like,
nigga. They have weed iPhones or something? Like, well, yeah, that's a long ass line.
Crazy.
I'm essential, so I'm still out here regardless.
But this is I don't understand. I mean, not without saying where I work. I don't know how I ended up being essential too, but I ain't a part of the lockdown.
Yeah, like this shit don't mean nothing to me. It's just another dance. Yes, to the folks at home, welcome back. If you're in your car, get ready for the vibe. Hopefully you got this nice little vibe with you. We don't want to fuck it up. To the people who are new, like, subscribe, comment, YouTube, family, what up?
Yo, love to our
the new
Apple
listeners.
users, love to our SoundCloud users, love to our Spotify users.
Shout out to Ireland.
Shout out to Ireland, man.
Shout out to Ireland.
Shout out to Ireland, man.
We got love out there. We don't even know it and stuff, so we're giving you that love back.
Listen, I think next show we should have like a case of Guinness. You know,
I think he's just being fucking racist over there, but that's all on him. Yo, headhunt for him on that side.
If there's one thing black people know about Ireland, it's Guinness.
It's Guinness.
It's Guinness. We know that. We good with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, but I mean, we get love from around the world, man. So we do definitely.
I want to say to me, it's a blessing in disguise, because when U.S. and Canada always compete for the top spots,
right?
For the podcast, whatever, I want to say, to me, I find that kind of standard.
Yeah.
But then when you see the number 3 countries and stuff, whatever, in the top 5 countries that listen to us,
yeah,
it's a blessing. And then I'm looking like, well, damn, we gotta show them some love, because they're showing us. Well, some love.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and
whatever,
that's
right? Because at one time it was like Mexico for like number 3, another time it was like the UK, and then like recently it's Ireland. So the Irish folks and stuff listening, salute.
But I find I'm trying to figure it out in my head, like how does it happen like that? But then if you think about it, right? Like say if you're in Dubai, right? And you stumble on an episode, right? And all of a sudden you really like him. You start telling your boys or your girls and stuff like that, you need to check out this. You know what I mean? Then they start checking it out, right? So now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you got like 10 hits from the buy all of a sudden.
Right.
And you're wondering, well, like, where are these numbers coming? But it really just takes one person tuning in, enjoying what you're doing. And then word of mouth is just word of mouth is really the rest. Because
word of mouth is still king.
It's king out in these streets,
it's still
man.
king, whatever, right? Because I look at it where before, what was it, when you were younger, they told you about the broken telephone thing?
Yes.
You know, like they said, like, I say I slap smooth, and then like you had the people in between and stuff.
Right.
Delivering the message. It's still getting across to that type of level because people will remix things along the way. So they might say like a Saturday, I said, let me check in on the Ask the Sons questions. Let me see what's going on with people's blah blah blah. Respond back, and then I got people still coming at me for the hot dog thing. Is a hot dog still a sandwich?
I see that.
And I'm looking like, yo, it is. Whatever, right? But somebody said to me, they're like, hi, I like the show, but a hot dog isn't a sandwich. I was like, that was like 2 years ago. But hey, you get to it when you get to it. And that's the thing. Whenever they got to it, appreciate it, because this is a brand new user.
Yeah.
I've never got a message from this person before. And I guess the way how Instagram even filtered it out, they kind of filtered it out like, you know, like it's kind of like spam-wise.
Right.
Do you know this person?
Right. They was off in the cut.
Yeah, off in the cut.
They weren't in the general box.
No, they weren't in the general. So I was like, no, I opened it up. I was like, love the show. By the way, you guys are great. Hot dog is in the sandwich. So I was like, so I keep a bookmark link from before. They didn't know it was still there. And I forward them the link into the DM and everything. And they had to send the roll eye emoji. Like, oh, brother. Because on that thing that I see, they said, a burrito's a sandwich. So, what's up?
That's up.
I mean, it's there, man. It's there.
But yeah, man. I mean, we truly, really appreciate
Most
the love.
Definitely.
Keep spreading the word. Keep commenting,
keep commenting,
keep rating us, man.
We respond to all of that good stuff. We keep it moving and stuff for you guys as well.
That's it. It's what it's about.
All right, man. Let's get to one of the questions and stuff early in the week.
Mm-hmm.
People have spoken. Women are more resilient than men.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't have a doubt with that.
You really? I don't know.
I have a doubt with that one, man.
I don't know. I feel like the female listeners might be heavier than the men, or like the female responders, because like when you look at it, like I said, when we spoke about it, I feel like there's tons of situations where a man will go through some things and it just kind of bounce off and shake the shoulders and like, that's life and keep it moving.
Right.
And I just feel like, not to be sexist, but there's some women that just say like, nah, fuck that. You don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. We go through some shit and we just keep it moving. Yes, physically, you guys are beasts. You guys are tyrannical titans. Yeah. Give birth, keep it moving, period pain, all that. I heard some women have period pain and they can't even walk. And some other women and stuff is just like, you know what? You gonna get this fucked up attitude because of all the shit I'm going through over here, plus a migraine.
And the cramps.
But I'm going to keep it semi-decent and stuff with you. And I applaud that. But I feel like when it comes to some mental situations, I feel like some men can handle it better. Just me. So, yes, people have spoken with.
I wouldn't say handle it, but I think probably less emotionally attached.
Men.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Yeah, and I think that handling it, I think that helps in handling it. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right, man, let's get to some shit.
Let's get into it.
There's Republicans made a mistake for a Congresswoman for calling her Breonna Taylor. Yes.
Yeah.
So her name is Cori Bush. Cori Bush is a Democrat, and she was wearing a Breonna Taylor face mask.
Right.
And
the name sounds like she could be a Caucasianite.
Oh no. She's black.
She's black.
She's black.
Oh. There's a black Bush?
Racist? So you're racist with the Irish shit.
There's a black Bush. I've never seen a black Bush.
I seen a ton of black Bush in the 70s porn, actually. I'm okay with black Bush even in today's porn.
Black Bush.
Black Bush.
You go ahead.
But so Cori Bush was wearing a face mask, and the face mask said Breonna Taylor. We live in FaceTime COVID world.
Right.
Face mask world. Well, we do live in FaceTime world stuff because of COVID. But she's there in office doing her ones and twos.
Right.
And while she's doing her ones and twos, a lot of Republican folk were addressing her as Breonna Taylor. And she's like, do you even know who I am? And they say, yeah, Breonna Taylor. It says so on your face mask. So,
Now,
go ahead.
here's my question to you.
Go ahead.
Do you think that they were ignorant to the fact, or just plain, or really knew and were just plain being ignorant?
Ignorant to the fact.
Ignorant to the fact?
I feel like they're ignorant to the fact because proximity is a hell of a thing. We
Yes.
spoke about this.
Yes.
Like I said, if there was like a protest or a march going on over there,
Right.
you will kind of react the type of way because now it's affecting you and your area, even if you don't know what the fuck is going on about the protest.
Right.
Right? It's affecting your region. A lot of these protests, marches
Yeah.
for Black Lives Matter, they might have been in some place, they might not be able to reach those type of, I want to say, neck of the woods where maybe some of the affluent or these Republican figures,
Right.
Republican Congress people
Right.
live.
Yeah.
So if they're in a 1%er kind of bubble,
Right.
and these protests are not even allowed to march in those vicinities, how would they know pertain to that? Media, they probably went media blind.
Right.
Go ahead.
So that I was about to mention. Okay, so then we're assuming that these people are not paying attention to any form of media at all.
But that's what's
Because-
scary. That's what's so scary to me.
Because it's been on CNN.
Yeah.
It's been on Fox.
Yeah.
The two what we would consider go-to news for those type of people. We would think it would be there because I mean one represents one represents the other, right? Other than that, there's all these little maybe local newses that you would think may cover it. But then now when I'm really thinking about it, when I really stop and think about it, like we're in Canada now doing this, what we're doing, right? Mm-hmm. When we get coverage of this, it's considered international news.
Correct.
Right? With that being considered international news, we'll get a feed of within international news, we'll get a mixture of local news that affects within our city, province, country, whatever. Right? That would be considered local for us. Right? Really starts me to believe news channels within each state. I don't know what they're reporting on.
True.
You don't know what they're reporting on. So there could be areas where it could be an afterthought. If I'm not concerned with that, I know the people who live in this particular state or this particular county is not concerned with that. Why am I making that my news? Right? Especially if it's being covered by national CNN, Fox. As a local news, why would I care about it if it has nothing to do with what's going on? So if I'm thinking if these people live in a place like that where it's just, I don't know, man, I'm thinking of how
No, which is good.
I'm thinking of how they, you know what I mean?
Which is good because me, I look at it and stuff as that. I said these fucking people are out to lunch. That's the first thing I said because how are you helping to govern and be the voice or leading the charge for like laws and rules and regulations implemented when there's tons of things that affected, especially around the Breonna Taylor case, that need to be looked at and examined. And you don't know who the fuck Breonna Taylor was. That means, why am I trusting you to even help make these decisions? This right here was a wake-up call and stuff to me, why I should address it and say, yo, y'all gotta vote these fuckers out.
But you would think, because what state did that happen? What state did Breonna Taylor happen in again? Kentucky. Who's the representative for that state?
The representative of that state is Republican.
But you would think that representative would have stood up and said, no, that's not Breonna Taylor. Because if anybody should know who Breonna Taylor is, it should be that person.
True.
It happened in your damn state.
Right, but then you have the people and stuff who, let's say, for example, let's say, in the whole Congress Hall meeting,
Right.
right? It was declared that this situation and stuff, I don't want to say it was an isolated thing, but it wasn't like a big megaphone type of open discussion to everybody, but it was more of a group setting. And then when the other people chimed in, when they got wind of this and stuff as well, they're like, that's fucking Cori Bush. Why would you assume it's Breonna Taylor? Breonna Taylor died.
But this
then this one, they'd be like, oh, or even if they didn't do the oh moment, they were like, well, they all look the same to me.
But this is what, and that's why I asked you.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you if you think, if it's ignorance or them just being ignorant. Because when you first mentioned her name, I thought she was white. So when you said, you know, they're calling her Breonna Taylor, I'm like, okay, they clueless. But I'm thinking now, okay, she's black. I'm like, are they trying to be insulted? Like, say, like all black people kind of look like you.
But these people definitely don't watch NBA. They definitely don't watch NBA. Say her name was on damn near everybody's jersey.
What's what I'm saying, bro? This is what I'm saying.
And if you'd been like, if you didn't know who the hell, then you're like, say her name. Whose name? Somebody's probably like, Google it. Breonna Taylor. Then, so if you'd heard Breonna Taylor, you'd be like, oh, that's not her. Because we're saying her name, or be like, who is Breonna Taylor? When you Googled it, you'd realize that she's been murdered.
But if you think about this.
Let's
think about this. So ain't none of them motherfuckers know what Cori Bush look like? Have none of them ever seen Cori Bush before? Or is it because the mask?
I would think because
maybe it's because the mask. Maybe the
partially
face
that,
mask too.
and she's newly elected. And she's newly elected, but not newly elected like we're talking about like a few weeks back, but like newly elected like pre-COVID.
Right.
Newly elected because I looked her up and she's a nurse.
Okay.
First, and then she ran for Congress.
Okay.
And like she's a councilwoman, and then she worked her way to Congresswoman for the state of Missouri.
Let me ask you. Other than Maxine Waters, how many other black congresswomen do you know that you couldn't just say, okay, that's Cori Bush?
A few. You're right. There's probably like me. I'm a different story, research wise and stuff. Whatever. I try to read up and learn about as much shit as I can possible. But I mean, to the average person, no.
Right.
But in any case, you would think whoever you might have a possible debate with, a discussion, or might hear something from, you at least know who the fuck they might be. That's it. Because at least you know, like, okay, if you're from Arkansas and you rep with your people from Oklahoma,
right?
And now you see this person from Missouri, and you know Maxine Waters ain't from Missouri,
right?
You know, even if you're an older white dude and stuff, like, who the fuck's the black lady over there? Ask questions. Don't assume.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't assume. But my question and stuff that came to you and stuff is that does protest mean something if Congress do not even know who the fuck Breonna Taylor was? Like think about it. Like, we've done mad social media posts, marches, not only for George Floyd, you know, I Can't Breathe campaigns. Salute to Alicia Cinnamon.
Shout out to Alicia Cinnamon for hooking us up with the teas. And if you haven't checked it out already, The Revolution is televised. Check out the single. You know what I mean? This is positivity. So,
I mean, you have situations and stuff where damn near, at least in America, the person should be known or situation should be known. But clearly it's falling on deaf ears because if they don't know who the fuck Breonna Taylor is.
Yeah.
And excuse the tone if I use like Breonna Taylor in that way, but if you don't know who that young lady was,
yeah,
do protests mean anything?
In my honest opinion, I never thought protests.
I didn't think so either.
I never thought protests meant anything.
This was clear.
This was the clear indication.
This was clear as day.
This was the clear indication.
Because you have the lawmakers and the people making the big wig decisions don't know who Breonna Taylor was. So that means they ignored all marches, they ignored all protests and everything, and then some.
All marches, all protests, probably just tune, because I'm pretty sure they watch Fox. I'm pretty sure they watch CNN. Probably just tune out that shit when that shit comes on. It's like, it's not a care to them. So why would they even bother stay in the room to listen to it?
I guess so. Protests don't mean shit for real.
It don't. Come on, bro. They've been protesting. Look up. They've been protesting since the 60s.
Yeah.
They protest all types of shit. And all types of shit still goes on, man.
Buy Black Friday.
That's it, man.
You gotta
It's like
vote.
you gotta. It's time to stop.
Yo.
Just shut up and do what we gotta do, man.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Salute to Barack Obama for dropping his memoir. He dropped his memoirs this past few weeks. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but there was a statement he made about it. I seen an interview, and he said he felt partly responsible for the way how America is today, the state of affairs and stuff that it is and stuff it is today. Do you hold Barack responsible?
Well, I don't know. What is he? What part of his job does he feel that? Did he go into depths about that?
He said he felt more like what the racial tension is in America.
Yeah,
because you would think, he said that, and I'm paraphrasing, but he's saying you would think some part where you have a black leader,
right,
of a nation that the racial tensions and the racial decisions and the racial moves against black people wouldn't be as bad, considering the fact that at a time they had a black president. Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Do you hold him responsible?
Nah, I don't hold him responsible at all.
Why?
Those racist people were always there. They were there before he became president
and after.
I can't blame you for inciting them in not seeing another black president or a Democratic in office, for that matter. Because what I will say, what Obama did was polarize a lot of the racist people, polarize a lot of Republicans.
Really?
Yeah. And I firmly believe I firmly believe Trump knew that. And he used that to his advantage when he went in and tried to seek office.
Yeah, because I guess what his theme and stuff is like, hey, y'all let a darkie get in the seat. Do we want to let another darkie get in the seat again?
Exactly. So it's not like those racist people were never there. They were just like, hell no, we don't want darkie back in the seat again.
You know what fucked me up though, and I'm not gonna lie to you, and it came back to my head because salute to Busta Rhymes, because on the Busta Rhymes last album, the Extinction Level event too.
Yeah. Dope album, by the way.
Dope album. I said this and stuff, whatever too. I said that. Fuck, what movie is that? Deep Impact. And is it 2012? Deep Impact in 2012 were the two movies that came to mind when they had a black leader, and then all hell broke loose and stuff on the world, right?
Yeah.
So now, when you're getting Obama to come in the seat, I was like, shit. The world's gonna go to shit. Because
going to shit out.
Morgan Freeman was on
in
Deep Impact, and I think who was it in the next one? Danny Glover was the president in 2012.
Yeah.
So I was looking like shit. So now if we really get one and stuff, my movie buff ass, what is it? Somebody call me a cinephile.
Cinephile.
The one who just loves.
I like that.
Loves movies and stuff like that.
I
Call me a cinephile. So I was like, I don't know though. And then like they're like, oh, the world ain't go to shit since Obama and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. Obama say felt responsible. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. Memoirs. He wrote these memoirs beforehand, before Kamala Harris was decided as, VP or MVP, Madam Vice President. That's all I like to call her. And then we got Kamala in the seat and stuff as VP.
Right.
And, touch wood, that Joe is spanking clear for his health to do his term. But I'm looking like, holy shit. Holy jeez, Batman. Like, could this world go to shit if Kamala went in the seat? Because these past movies have been looking for black people to fuck shit up. And so when Obama started claiming responsibility for it, I was like, you know what? I don't hold him fully responsible, but I feel like Obama tried to appease everybody.
Yeah.
Well, like Trump tried to appease his constituents.
Right.
And when you try to appease and make everybody happy, no one really is happy. So I understand where he was coming from.
I think he was caught up with a catch-22 with being the first black president.
Mm-hmm. He had his work cut out for him for 8 years.
Yeah.
He went from black hair to gray as your damn beard.
Yeah, and you, if you think about it, right, like being that first black president, first of all, you're setting precedence with anything that you do, right? And then you got to think of the opportunity of the next black person who's coming up.
The Morgan Freemans?
The Morgan Freemans of the world. You gotta pay attention to them, right? So you can't lean so far left to the black culture and alienate the whites over here, because then the whites will never
put another black
ever put another black person in there.
Right.
You got to show that you're gonna be fair across the board, and I think that's what he tried to do. But you're right. It's like you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody.
Yeah.
The black people will be the first to say, Obama ain't do nothing for us.
Shit. Yeah.
Right?
That's why you have all these black people that became like black Republican Trump supporters and stuff.
Right.
You're right.
You know what I mean? He ain't do nothing for us. You got the white people say, oh, he ain't do nothing for us. Right?
Yeah. I don't know though. Like,
I don't know too, man. I don't know, man.
I just want to say
All right, so cause we're in, what day are we in? Because it was 74 days he has before he officially has to leave office.
Oh, you're counting down.
Oh, well, he trying everything to stay in, bro.
Yeah, that's not happening. January 20th, he out.
January 20th.
January 20th,
right.
he out.
Okay.
2021, he out.
So
he getting evicted.
As of the 21st, how long are we giving Biden?
Well, they go by 100-day report card.
Yeah.
That's what I go by.
You go 100 days?
I go by the 100-day report card. After that, then that's when I consider whosoever like president. So like when people said for the longest Donald Trump wasn't a politician, after 100 days, he's a politician. He's the highest seat of a fucking politician could be. President of the United States.
Now, you think Biden he's gonna last the 4 terms, or you think?
Man, you trying to make me wish death on people?
Not trying to make you wish death on them.
You said I said Bushwick Bill. I killed Bushwick Bill on the podcast before Bushwick Bill passed.
Which is true.
I sometimes like to see the future.
It's true.
Sometimes I see the future.
All right. What's your predictions on this?
That I'm gonna enjoy life. I'm gonna mind my fucking business. I'm not gonna let you bring me that. This guy. He's trying to say, yo.
I'm just saying. We know he's, you know what I mean, he's of age there.
Yo, but I just got Irish people to start liking me.
But you know what though? He's the president. I'm pretty sure. I mean, whatever, superb medical treatment, rehabilitating.
He's first in line.
You know what I mean?
He's first in line.
He's getting that. He's getting anything regenerative. He might have a new body by the time the 4 years is up.
I want to run for president.
Shit.
Get a new body.
Yo,
I want to be.
Trump went in with COVID. They gave him a cocktail of the finest shit.
Yo.
And dude came out nice.
Yo, what kind of new body we trying to get if you're a president though? What are you getting on this new body? If you're doing upgrades, you're doing upgrades on
knock off about 20 years off of this, man. They won't put back the rewind the speedometer about 20 years.
So you have like a Benjamin Button type of body.
Yeah.
20. Bitch, you still look young.
I know, but I look younger.
You gotta kill some of the Don King Gray.
Well, I mean, that's gonna be part of the regenerative process.
Okay, so in the new body, you have all black hair.
I'm gonna have all black hair.
Okay, what else?
Muscles that I never worked for.
I know.
Yeah, bro.
I know.
This is it.
I never had a 6-pack. Always had a keg. Always had a keg.
There you go. You ain't gotta work for it. It's regenerative.
I have a fucking perfect smile.
Dude.
I be taller.
Come on.
I be taller.
Come on, bro.
I be taller.
What could you not have when you the president and you're getting all the finest things in the world?
You changing your dick?
I might add a little inch to it. you know. Big man on campus.
Big man on the White House ground.
Big man on the White House grounds.
Be like, there's no white lies with this big black dick. Yo. All right.
President ETT off. Just hold on a second.
Teeing off with your dick? Yo, that's out of pocket.
That's out of pocket.
Yo, that's a show off shit.
Yeah,
I'd have been like, yo, they show, you know when they always show presidents golfing and everything?
Yeah.
They have Lego blocks on your dick area and stuff, whatever. They'd be like, damn, why do you blur out his club for? That's his bedroom club.
I'd be like, hole in one, and not the hole you're thinking of.
Click. All right. Let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion.
The Stallion.
She made GQ's magazine Man of the Year cover. And from what I've seen she's all women to me.
Yeah, she looks all women to me.
Yeah,
I mean, after the 50th time watching the WAP video.
Yeah. I want to see the video for that fucking body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Yo, rap ain't shit. Rap ain't shit. Yo, rap ain't shit like how it used to be. I sound old, don't I? I'm showing my age.
Dude, I see. Yeah.
They let her go in the studio and just say body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. It's a hit. It's a hit. No. You know what? Because the ass cheeks was jiggling. And we know there's a lot of TikTok videos and other videos and stuff going on, but I don't know. Was this a sympathy vote? They did this shit with Serena Williams and stuff, whatever, last year. Like, they're voting women on a GQ magazine, Gentleman's Quarterly.
But I mean, do they really need a sympathy vote?
Do they need a sympathy vote? Do black women need a sympathy? Who needs a sympathy vote in your mind?
Who needs a sympathy vote? Well, from GQ magazine, maybe some.
I don't feel like
some men.
I feel like men need a sympathy vote.
Maybe some men.
Because somebody was asking me the other day, like, I think I had maybe some other jeans like these.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, oh, I like the fact your jeans have a little bag to them and stuff, whatever. I'm like, you guys are about to demasculate me with them tight-ass women jeans and stuff. I'm a man that wears kind of loose, relaxed, regular jeans.
They might be slim, but they
ain't
ain't skinny.
Yeah, but they not
skinny.
I was like, yo, but I feel like if we're to say a magazine, I want to say probably Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
Might be a more woman-predominated magazine.
Chatelaine. Is
Chatelaine.
Chatelaine only Canadian? Or is that?
Chatelane's Canadian.
It's Canadian, right. Okay.
But there's tons of women magazines, and I don't ever really see the women magazines throw men on
Vanity
them.
Fair is huge. I've never seen a...
Vanity Fair, yes.
I've never seen a...
I've seen a few men grace the cover.
You've seen a few men
grace the cover, yeah.
Okay, so they'll do it.
But like a woman-predominated magazine to throw a man on the cover, I find that very, very hard to believe.
I don't think. But
we'll then GQ, I feel like they're pandering. Like, I don't know, maybe because Time Magazine made the move a few months back.
But you can see why a magazine like Time Magazine,
because she's now part of the current time,
right?
State of Fair of the world,
and not only that, they put women on magazines.
True.
Gentlemen's Quarterly, GQ, Gentlemen's Quarterly, GQ, Gentlemen's Quarterly.
The Serena thing semi, because this one dude said to me, he's like, oh, I get why they put Serena on there, because she took more than more dudes. And I was like, yo, that's fucked up. But yet, sadly true. So, but Meg, it threw me off. And I was like, I feel like it was a sympathy vote because of the whole shooting thing that happened to her.
Yeah, but... Well, I mean, if it's gonna be like that, then Breonna Taylor should have been more deserving.
True, but Breonna Taylor is not alive to tell her story.
True.
If Breonna Taylor was to survive, she probably would have been to tell her story on that, because it would have made a worldwide possible difference. Half and half. If she's alive, her story might have probably would have fallen on deaf ears somewhat. It would have probably made locally, but because in her death, it has a sonic boom effect, just like George Floyd.
So Megan got it for snitching?
No, yes.
Megan got it for snitching?
I wouldn't say no. The reason why I say no is because...
It was before the interview? No. It's the same magazine.
No. So it was... Which interview you talking about?
Where she spoke of the whole Tory thing and said try to yeah.
Same magazine.
Right.
But she spoke about snitch or quote unquote snitching and stuff whatever months ago in August.
Right.
So like in the June, July time, this was fresh. No one knows what the fuck is going on. And in August, September time, this when the confessions came out about that Tory shot, and then Tory dropped his album and stuff a little bit after that.
Right.
So that's why I don't really consider it snitching, because it's already been said out there.
Yeah,
you
shot me.
Yeah, but she highlighted the fact that his people try to buy off her silence.
Right.
Him and his people try to buy off her silence. She's like, no, you're not gonna silence her and stuff with her. But then I felt like brought back to the snitching thing. Like, why did she say something in the beginning? Now I know people might be psychologically traumatized and all the above. And one aspect I looked at and stuff is that black woman realized that black men has been through so much,
right,
through the judicial court system,
right,
all the above, and she had love for dude, and she's probably thinking like, bro, just come out and say what you had to say. So I felt like she gave him a grace period.
Okay.
She gave him a grace period, like, yo, say what you got to say, get the shit off your chest, and then I can come out, whatever. And you're like, no, you're not saying nothing? So she's like, well, fuck you. Since you didn't say anything, I'm going to say something. And I didn't really blame her too much. Depending on the relationship status, I don't know. It was all in speculation.
Here's what I think.
Go ahead, fire away.
And I've said this before.
Mm-hmm.
When this went down, there was a conversation that was had, right? Some people's caused some people's, and said, "Look, let's work this out. Give us some time to work this out."
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Okay, we'll come up with a figure." And they came up with a figure.
Too low.
Right? I said, all right, let's work it out. Man. They came up with another figure. Too low. Went back and said, listen.
This is all we got?
This is all we got. And he was like, all right, well then, we ain't staying silent.
Fuck you. Money tossing bullshit wins track meets.
Bullshit wins track meets, boo.
Yeah, they runs. See, and I looked at it similar to that too, but I was just scratching my head. I was like, yo. Like, here's my thing. I've been in a car accident before. Right? I was in a car accident where I hit dude. When I hit dude, I told dude right there at the beginning and stuff, I'm like, look, you got a minor little dent. We can go through the insurance, run this shit, call it a day. Or I can get a quote from my mechanic at my body shop people's.
Right.
And have them fix up your bumper and stuff, whatever, for you.
Right.
My man said no. He wants to go through insurance. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I called my insurance people that same damn day. I'm like, FYI, put you on heads up. I tapped the dude this morning. This is what it is on my way to work. They said, cool, no problem. We'll look out for the claim.
Right.
No claim has been made. Statute of limitations for car accidents to claim them is 2 years.
2 years, okay.
The fucker waited almost before the 2 year mark hit up. Then put through the claim. Then put through the claim. So I gave him a time parameter and stuff like you said.
Right.
Like I'm like, yo, do this. He didn't do it within then. He operated on his own whim. So when he operated on his own whim now, I'm like, I gave you a grace period. You didn't want to operate within the grace period and stuff. Fuck you. Now when it came to the courts and everything, they're like, we don't believe him. It took you 2 years, damn near almost 2 years to claim this car accident.
Right.
Instead of at the moment when it happened.
Right.
I called insurance companies same day.
Right.
This is my story, and I'm sticking to it because this is what the truth, or this is my truth.
Right.
I'm putting it out there to the masses.
Yeah.
If she got shot and rocked and everything like that, first day, pain, chronicles, all the above. 3 days, say something. She ain't say shit.
Yeah.
She ain't say shit. She waited so much time, or a good allotted time, before she said something and stuff, whatever. Whose story are you gonna believe?
Huh?
I can't sympathize with her like that. And then you got everybody turning to forensic cops, forensic shooting, ballistic specialists, saying, the foot has so much bones. You mean tell me all those bones were hit? I was like, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Were you on episode of CSI? Like, yo, it came out of nowhere. But, nevertheless, her bones weren't shattered and stuff in the shot.
Right.
Or whatever, right? It was
Right.
like, I just need a little confession for me to believe. Like, if you come out and say, like, yo, I hear shatter, vase, or like a, is it vase or vase?
Vase.
Vase?
Vase or vase?
Vase. The vase broke, I hear shatter, and I'm like, who shattered it? And you're like, he did it. I'm more likely to believe you.
Right, yeah.
Because you kind of just cleared the air like, yo, I didn't fuck with it. He did it.
There you go.
But if no one says nothing, then a week later, or even, fuck it, a month later, FYI, I'm going to keep it real with you. He actually did it. Why the fuck am I supposed to believe now a month later?
A month later. Especially when he ain't around here to give his side of the story.
And then I ask him and stuff, and he's like, yo, I ain't snitching. Who the fuck am I supposed to believe? Work with me, people. Come on, man.
It's so funny because when the whole story came up with, Meg saying how him and his people tried to bribe her, a friend of mine posted it on Facebook. And my response was, okay, so let me tell you how this went down. Record label. Hey, Meg, you're kind of dying out in these streets. You got a single coming up. Meg, what can we do to get the buzz back going? Record label. Well, we still got the Tory card to pull.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. It gets pulled.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, otherwise than that, she just dropped her album, right?
Yeah.
She just dropped the album. I'm not understanding why people are not making these correlations yet. Like, why are people not? If you get a piece of news that you from a person you haven't heard for a little bit of while, research on what they're doing, because chances are something's coming up.
Sure.
Something's following this.
You're right. You're right on that.
This is this is the new rollout.
You're right. I don't know. Like, I felt like she had like a loyalty factor and stuff at a time to him.
I think so too. I know loyalty factor, confusion, hurt, probably a whole bunch of feelings played in with somebody you dealt with. Yeah, you cared for. You dealt with, right? So, yeah, I mean, you're not trying to
romantically or socially, you still care for the person.
care for that person.
And then, yeah, and I felt like she just had that loyalty thing aspect, and as much as like in the culture, I was like, we said it several times on this show. We said that, yo, black women, they put up with some shit.
Yeah.
They put up with some shit. And, like, keep it real, it's like, this might be like a typical aspect that an average black woman might have to put up with, whatever. Not just because she's now a part of the 1% percentage of the world now, but...
Do you think it's fair that everywhere now, including Canada's own Flow, is playing Megan's music, but they've literally shut Tory out of everything without having a 100% no doubt that he did it? Do you think that is? What do you think about that?
I think... So your question and stuff is fair. Do I think it's fair?
Yeah.
It's not fair, but it's expected.
Yeah.
Because I want to say in the modern world or the current world we live in,
right,
it's kind of more effective with people and their input. So if like you're a radio station and stuff, and I'm like, and you're like, oh, we're taking requests now. Play Megan Thee Stallion. Play Megan Thee Stallion. I rock with Meg. Ah, and all that type of shit.
Right.
If somebody might call and say play Tory and everything, and then somebody else might call and say, all right, we're gonna play a Tory Lanez song. Why you gonna play Tory Lanez for? He shot Meg.
Right.
He ain't for us.
Right.
He's not one of us. Like you look at Shorty said it several times.
Yeah.
Kamala's not one of us.
Right.
Right. There's people that will feel anti whosoever.
Right. Right.
And if they feel anti whosoever, they're gonna go with the pro or they're gonna go with the anti. And more of the time they're gonna go with the pro.
Okay.
Meg has the WAP. Meg has this. Meg has Savage with Beyonce. And then Tory yes, he is locally from here,
Right.
but they're gonna look at like where the good or bad is. Kind of like with R. Kelly in the beginning with the whole child case, with the child case and stuff.
But there was still some spots still playing this, and I won't say there's no spots.
After the church people went on news to go break all his CDs in that pile. A lot of radios kind of fell back.
A lot of radios, but there was some spots here and there. You know what I mean? And I was about
he
to
came
say
out with Snake afterwards, and that was a hit. You money like a snake, man.
And I was about to say, not to say, because there's probably some places, I don't know. I don't listen to every radio station. I'm not in tune to everything. So there might be some spots that are bumping Tory. I don't know. But like I'm saying, for the majority
that you hear,
the majority I hear, it's not being played. Do you think if he's found not guilty, do you think he should sue?
For defamation of character? Absolutely.
Definition of character, loss of income because he's not making any money.
Absolutely.
100%.
Why not? Like the GM Gomeshi dude.
Right.
He sued back for like after all of that, whatever too, right?
Yeah.
Because they said to him with his situation, they're like, you guys wrongfully fired me. I did nothing here and I wasn't convicted. I need to be compensated for the money that I was supposed to make.
Right.
And much as I have lawyer fees and stuff to pay for and stuff. So this money Tory could have been making, but I guess whenever that's proven in courts. So yeah, like right now, if he does it right now, they might show, let's say, approximation to say, oh, you lost $100,000 or $200K.
Right.
And then let's say this court thing drags out to like mid next year and it's solved. Then like, yo, we owe you $5 million. Then hey,
it's a chance, right?
Run it. Let me ask you, is loyalty a cultural or generational thing? Because snitches get stitches.
Right.
Is in one culture. Jamaican Nifama for dead. Like, you don't talk about that. And, I come from an era where death before dishonor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a generational thing where, let's say, honeymooners time. One of these days, Alice, pow, to the moon. People know that those type of people, Ike Turners and all the above was around.
Right.
But those women still stuck it out and stood the course of time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a generational thing for loyalty? Or is that a cultural thing? Like is loyalty, because I feel like loyalty might be partially dead, but I feel like it could be more in a generational thing.
I think it's more of a cultural thing.
You think it's a cultural thing?
Yeah, I think
interesting.
it's more
Tell me
of a
why you
cultural
think
thing.
that, and then I'll tell you why. Like I'll go into detail more on generational.
I think it's a cultural thing because if something was to happen and I knew about it, my mom would expect me to do the right thing about it.
So even if the right thing was to snitch,
she would expect me to do the right thing about it.
it was to snitch.
Right. Now, the culture of the streets,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the wrong thing for me to ever do.
True. Thank you.
It's gonna be the wrong thing for me to ever do. But that's the culture I grew up in. I didn't hear those phrases from family members.
Let me think now. Did I hear that shit from... I heard it from family members. I heard it from family members on my mother's side.
You heard from family members on your mother's side?
Yeah, Farmer for dead. You chat too much, keep out your blood clot mouth. Yeah, these are all translations. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Yeah. That I can say I can hear generational.
And
But I can't sit and say my parents would have told me to defend wrong, because they wouldn't have.
gotcha. The reason why I say generational thing, because like I said, like I've gotten it through the family, and I want to say it's not taught that much today. Like I feel like a lot of the younger folks, like, okay, let's look at a 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
If he was raised in a household and stuff like that, whatever, be like, yo, boss, you made your bed, you lay in it. You got to shut your mouth and, you know.
Yeah, be a real G and suck up that time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like the younger generation and stuff is kind of like, they're on team me, and me.
I wouldn't, you know what? I wouldn't say the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
They're more inclined
I would
to.
say a specific segment of the younger generation. Because look
A
at
specific segment.
well, look at
The orange section? Like, yo.
look at a rapper from New York who's in jail right now. He's actually doing more time because he didn't want his brethren to do all of that time by himself. And he was just up for parole. Can't remember his name, man.
Alzheimer's.
Dark youth, man. Young, one of the young rappers, man.
I don't know. It's kind of racist that because it's dark skin, he's rapping. Hey, you need to watch your shit.
Bobby Shmurda.
Okay, Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda.
Right.
Right? He took the rap.
Yeah, but look at the song. And Hot Nigga. Mama said no pussy cats up in my doghouse. Mama taught him some shit. It's a generational kind of
But
thing.
this is what I'm saying, though.
Mm-hmm.
When you say the younger generation,
Yeah.
right, it's like you can't include all of them because
I'm not.
He's
I'm
around the
not
same
going-
age.
Yeah.
He's around the same age.
6ix9ine. Yeah.
And he held it down.
They actually did a song together. I actually like that song.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's
they did
called. I
something.
think Stupid. This is stupid. Dumb. And then, yeah. Because I remember Bobby Shmurda's part was the illest or whatever because he was rapping from prison. She gave me head till I pass out. She gave me teeth. She gave me mouth till I and she gave me head till I pass out. She gave me teeth to get cast out. And I was like, huh. I'm like, why it sound like an audio thing? They're like, oh, he was rapping from prison. I'm like, oh, look at that. And then a little bit after that, 6ix9ine wanted to go join him, but that's not me. That's not me. But yeah, I see it. I understand. Like it's a tell of the tape.
Yeah.
A tell of the tape. I guess from perspective means everything. Depending on the person.
Depending on the person. Because I'm pretty sure if my mom and dad's was gangsters, I probably would have got that lesson from them.
Yeah.
I probably would have got that lesson from them first. But they
damn
weren't.
right.
But they weren't. You know what I mean? So that's what it was.
Speaking of culture, Jeezy and Gucci versus battle.
Yeah,
Salute
one for
to
the culture,
Yeah,
man.
it was for the culture.
That
man.
was definitely one for the culture.
That was definitely an eye opener for a lot of people. Let me just say, for the first time I've ever watched a versus battle, I was nervous.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I
Because
was
our
nervous as
audience may not be familiar of the magnitude, so probably give them a little bit of background on why this was important to the culture.
So Jeezy, young Jeezy, when he was young Jeezy, now he's just Jeezy, and Gucci Mane, they once rapped together on a song,
Right.
and they beefed over ownership of the song, which was Gucci Mane's song,
Right.
right? It's called So Icy.
Right.
At the time, Jeezy was trying to establish his own name, so his own backing and stuff as well. So that's why I think at the time he was doing solo stuff. He had a Def Jam deal with a solo stuff, and he had a group deal with Boys in the Hood, with
Right.
P. Diddy, with
Right.
Bad Boy,
Right.
South. Gucci was already doing his thing solo.
Right.
They were both from Atlanta, and they did the So Icy track. It was Gucci's song. But
Right.
Jeezy was saying, like, could he get ownership on it? And Gucci told him no.
Yeah.
And then they got into heated stuff, and then they went on diss tracks.
Right.
So Gucci was telling him, like, nah, fuck you, all this type of stuff. Mind you, Gucci now is a lot different from Gucci back then.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Or people call him the Gucci clone, the one today now, whatever.
The
But
clone of Gucci.
people, growth and development, baby. We about that on this
That's it.
podcast.
That's
Growth
it.
and development.
That's what it's about.
So when that feud start kicking off,
Yeah.
Gucci had his diss tracks. Jeezy had one, and then Gucci had two or three.
Right.
Jeezy had one, and then Gucci dropped another two. So then Jeezy's like, you know what? He's gonna go at it one more time
And then
and fuck him.
yeah.
And it was on T.I.'s beat. What was it? ASAP, ASAP. That was the song, ASAP.
Right.
But Jeezy did a freestyle called Stay Strapped. Pussy niggas trying to play me, I'ma blow them off the map. ASAP, stay strapped, stay strapped,
right.
stay strapped. To me, I'm a Gucci fan.
Yeah.
At that moment, I became a Jeezy fan, and I've been a Jeezy fan since.
Okay.
Because he went in on someone else's beat, because I come from the mixtape era, where guys would go on a beat and showcase their skill and their grandeur.
Yeah.
And he went in, like there was a line of stuff, because Gucci's real name is Radrick Davis. He's like, even his own mama know Radrick Davis is a bitch. To be honest, niggas none of Gucci about you. You pussy nigga, everything's coochie about you. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is personal. This is personal. You know what I'm saying? Like when Pusha called out Drake and called him Aubrey, it's personal. It went from surface level shit to like blood bone marrow shit. You know what I'm saying?
Your government name going on the track.
Yeah, government name going on the track. It's serious. So I'm looking like, okay. I'm like, Gucci had other songs and other shots. So I was like, it doesn't hold a weight. You got to jump on a freestyle and just counteract. And it wasn't doing it. So then after that, Jeezy left Gucci alone. Because I guess either Jeezy's arrogance or Jeezy's stardom broke him to a point where like he doesn't need to look back on that.
Right.
And Gucci wasn't to that level. Gucci was still street.
Right.
So Gucci was still street. So by the way, if you saw my Facebook, my Instagram posts, whatever that I mean what I say, Jeezy fans are a little cleaned up, the females a little cleaned up, a little purdy and everything, and then Gucci chicks look like they belong to the streets. Most of them, whatever. Shit, Gucci got the stripper song I love. Shorty got an ass on her. I'ma spend my cash on her. I was a Gucci fan until Jeezy kind of just broke through, and then he just held his own. And I was a fan of that. So now, Gucci's always kind of resented Jeezy. Jeezy realized that, like, you know, parts in Atlanta, it might be an issue. Allegedly, this is the story. Allegedly.
Right.
Jeezy paid somebody to kill Gucci.
Right.
Gucci and his peoples murdered said dude.
Right. And that set dude was like, I heard he was like one of Jeezy's like close
peoples,
friends.
Close peoples. So, during the whole versus thing in the beginning, Gucci's like, yeah, you want to send fuck ass niggas to come kill me and whatever? Yeah, I dealt with their asses and stuff. I was like, oh my God. Why? But then again, you already went to court for it. So I guess it's all said and done.
You did time. You know what I mean?
Yo, I was like,
you paid your due.
I was like, boss, if you weren't over it, why would you agree to come to the versus battle?
Nah, he came to air out laundry. He came to air out laundry, dude. He came to air out laundry. There was no battling. It was air out laundry time.
It was air out laundry, and I was like, I feel like they're gonna shoot. So when I'm looking at other people's comments and stuff, they're like, yeah, they're gonna swap it out. And yo, what I didn't like, whatever they were shitting on Jeezy's fiance.
Right, because she ain't black.
Yeah, because she ain't black.
That's like,
they're like, oh, she don't know the lines and everything like. But she's a hip hop head.
Yeah.
You don't have to be black to be a hip hop head.
No, you don't.
Contrary to what you
and
believe.
You don't need to know every line of every hip hop song. You should know the lines of your man's song.
At least your man's song and stuff, whatever. But which is a regular thing. Because sidebar, I remember Gwyneth Paltrow went on, I think, was it the Graham Norton show in UK,
and she did
Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah,
she did a verse like Ice Cube's verse from Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah,
minusing the nigga.
Yeah,
and I was like, holy shit, I was impressed. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't let, just because they're not black, that don't mean, you know, because there's probably tons of black people that don't even listen to rap. Anyhow, when the whole G's thing was going on, she was nowhere in sight. So when the memes are popping up and everything, like, she's probably nervous in the back that somebody's pulling out guns and everything and stuff. I even did the research and stuff with her. She had throat surgery, so she was in LA. And this is in Atlanta, so she was nowhere near the thing.
Right, yeah,
she probably couldn't even speak. She's probably probably going to type it out, baby, run! Probably type it out, run, baby, run! If you see him, but
the little running emoji, she ain't got time to type.
And a little puff of smoke behind it, whatever. But like, yeah, it was a moment of stuff for her for hip hop where I actually felt like it was scary, but it was needed. Gucci kept taking shots at Jeezy. Jeezy kept saying like, yo, I made this song when I had no money. It was struggling. It was rough. And I realized that I can depend on me. And then Gucci's like, yeah, this next trap is fuck Young Jeezy. So It was no peace. So Jeezy's like, yo, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I feel like Jeezy put a ghost. I said it before. Jeezy's the new ghost.
The new ghost.
I told you that. He was
Right.
in Biden's little Democratic little thing in the suit. Jeezy's new ghost.
Right.
Stay tuned.
Right.
Don't be surprised if Jeezy start running for office. You heard it here first on the Podical
Listen,
Sons.
man.
So I seen
Don't mean to cut you, but he's now I think assistant VP at Def Jam.
yeah.
He just got a. I know he just got a title. He just got a title at Def Jam.
Which is good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's where he formulated his
Right,
career
right.
on whatever, right?
Right.
And I seen it. I dig it. Long story short, in between, he shut shit down. He's like, look, man, I just want peace.
Yeah.
I just want peace. I want no beef and everything like
And
that.
I think that's the meme that has been making its way when he did the speech.
Yeah, because he shut down everything
Yeah.
and stuff. And Gucci wasn't trying to hear it at
Right,
first.
right.
But I don't know if like his peoples was talking to him and like, yo, like, you know, this is for the culture. You're a different man. And then he came back around. Like at the end, he's like, yeah, he's like, you know, I appreciate you extending the olive branch.
Yeah.
For peace. And then they did the track that this all started from. Was it so icy?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm like, all right, you know,
Yeah.
we're back feeling safe again. No gunshots. Granted, in Atlanta, those motherfuckers still don't believe in face masks. So we know why those cases are up in COVID. As you were, good man.
No, but it's really the culture needed it right now. I mean, with the murder of King Von,
King Von.
and you know the Pop Smoke, and it's the whole drill music scene. It's like these kids is treating it like the Wild West. I mean, you used to diss people on records and it would stay on records. Now these people are they dissing you on records and they looking for you to come finish the diss off of the record, and it's like it's madness. And it's like it's so funny because is this the new era of rap? Because I mean, just only a few months ago we were talking about the scene about the scene in Toronto. This almost is a similar situation where
It is.
it's gangs running the pulpit.
But I don't know if I said this here, but I'll say this. Kendrick Lamar said he has more power than a pastor.
Yeah.
As a rapper, you have more power than a pastor. Certain pastors, their words can only probably go oh so far.
Right.
Depending on the person's religion.
Right.
But then when it comes to the music, then everybody for any religious sect will listen to the music. And this is where it comes down to. So we spoke about the generations of hip hop where it went from stay away from drugs to selling drugs to using drugs to that's the same thing that could be said for like gangster rap and stuff, whatever.
Right.
Like it was just all talk. Like, you know, I'll stomp you out, squash you like a jelly bean because I'm bad. You know, LL Cool J.
Right.
He don't really mean he's gonna stomp you out like that, whatever, till like you hear somebody like, you know, like Snoop come out with like, murder was the case, we'll murder your bitch ass and everything like that. And then you see Snoop or certain people and stuff getting these gun charges and everything, like, oh shit, they really living their raps.
Right.
And especially in a sport like hip hop or entertainment industry like hip hop, you want to see somebody live their raps.
Yeah.
Like, even going back to Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes said on Drink Champs and stuff for that. He's like, you can't be top 5 in any kind of ranking if you don't write your own raps.
Right. Right.
Because this is a genre where we expect you to be as real as you come.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're saying something, you got to be acting out. These kids don't know any better without proper guidance. So if you don't have proper guidance and everything, like for somebody to tell you like, hey, they're just talking shit. They're just lambs in wolf sheep's clothing.
Right.
But if no one's saying that to them, whatever, they're assuming it's all 100.
Well, and this is why it was so important for the culture that this happened, and they pieced it up at the end, because here it is. I mean, one of the things that Jeezy stressed was we're 20 years deep in this. You know what I mean? Like we out of all the bullshit that's going on in our personal lives, in our neighborhoods, we were able to survive.
Yeah.
And have a life of 20 years, feed other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put other people on. We were able to do that. You understand? And these kids are coming up. Some of them are not even getting a chance to, you know what I mean, buy a house before they lose their lives. You know what I mean? Do something worthwhile before they lose their lives.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I always say, you don't even get the chance to regret your own decision.
That's true. That's sad.
That's the saddest thing
That's
about
sad.
it. You don't even get the chance to regret your own decision.
You took some of my energy when you said that, though. It hurt, though. It hit different.
No, but
It's facts.
when you
It's
really
facts.
think about it,
It's
right?
100, though.
When
You're
you really
absolutely
think
right.
about it, it's like you're 20 and you commit a murder. You go and sit down for 10 years. You got time to think. You're 30 now and you're saying, the fuck, that argument, I wasted 10 years of my life.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
You're saying to yourself, shit, this is 10 years now. I could have been friends with that person when I could.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've literally cut that.
Hit different, man.
It hit different, man. It hit different to know, these young men are, I mean, it's just the lives that they take and the lives that they give away at the same time. They take and give away because you're giving away your life after you take somebody else's life.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I was looking at, like you're saying about the whole 10-year dance. What if you're the other end of the spectrum where you were that life taken and you initiated and started everything,
Yeah.
right? Let's say if it was you and I or something like that, I seen you somewhere, I don't know, quote unquote, nigga moment, like the Boomerdocks and stuff, whatever, stepped on your shoe and everything and be like, what you gonna do about it? Pussy.
Yeah.
Sorry, dick, because I
Yeah.
like vagina.
Right.
Dick. And then you go off in your car, I go off in my car and stuff like that. And I'm saying to myself, like, damn, that's fucked up. I did step on his shoe and I didn't even really give no regard. I could have just said sorry and everything, but
Yeah.
the way how you were looking at me like that, like try to make me to a bitch, and then we see each other like maybe like a few days later somewhere, and you're like, I don't appreciate how I called you a dick, and you just let it rinse out and just kill me.
Yeah.
And like deep down inside, I wanted to tell you sorry,
Right.
but I don't even have time to regret my action
Right.
because my life is gone.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you really think about it, it's like, yo, I just took this man's life. Who knows what 5 years from now he could have won the lottery and made the whole hood good.
Yeah. True. Very true.
You know what I mean? It's like the reacting did not stop him to think at all. At all. It's just reaction. Oh, they got somebody from my team. We got to go get somebody from their team.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Salute to them and stuff for squashing this.
Salute, man. Squash it, man.
Decades old beef.
Whatever beefs we can squash in hip hop, let's squash them.
Whatever beef we can squash. Period.
Let's squash them, man, and show this young generation that we can get past these things.
All right. Let me ask you something. So, as you know, I am a cinephile.
It's cinephile.
A cinephile.
Because it threw me off for a minute because I'm used to audiophile, but then when it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and you are a cinephile.
I am a cinephile.
Yeah.
I got put onto a show called Undoing. I don't know, the show's slapping to me. It don't got no action, just got a lot of drama. Like, oh shit!
Okay.
Oh shit!
Okay.
I think what got me and stuff was that it's Nicole Kidman,
Right.
Hugh Grant. If you're not hip, you need to get hip. Folks who know who at home listening to it, whatever, and they know what the show, they know.
I heard somebody else talking about this.
Yeah, the people talking about it. Whatever.
How many episodes is it now?
So
it's
this is
not gone that
Sunday,
far.
So this might be 5.
Okay. Yeah.
This will be 5,
Okay.
right? So my guy, right? I was always a fan of Donald Sutherland. He's in there too. There's a moment where I'm not killing the show like that, but there's a moment where Donald Sutherland is the father of Nicole Kidman, and they had a moment, and she said, "I wish marriages could be as good as you and mom's."
Right.
And my man said, "No, our marriage wasn't that good. What are you talking about?" She's like, "No, but you guys seem happy, sunshine and rainbow." She's like, "To you,
Yeah.
like I've stepped out on your mom several times,
Yeah.
and I'm glad she stayed with me."
Yeah.
But like, she's like, "What?" And then
shit
her
you don't know
husband
when you're
stepped out
kids.
on her.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm glad that she stayed with me. I just don't want you to take him back the way how your mother took me back. Because there's a lot of hurt that I put her through.
Right.
And it got me thinking. I'm like, does every long-lasting relationship have to survive a cheating incident in order to work?
I wouldn't say it has to. And the reason why I wouldn't say it has to, because there might be some out there that hasn't gone through the whole cheating process and still living in it. I don't know. But
Can you name one that you know of?
not that I know of. Not that I know of.
I mean, allegedly.
But I would think if there's anything that is going to make a relationship stronger, it would be a situation like that.
Cheating?
It would be. I wouldn't even just say cheating. Just something where you would have to come over adversity. Like, you know what I mean?
Every relationship has to come over adversity. But I don't think it has to come over like for cheating. But then again, the proof is in the pudding. What I see like, yeah, it does. I think my thing and stuff is that if you establish a relationship, I'm in my 30s.
Right.
If you establish a relationship in your 30s or in your 40s, it's not as long as somebody who might have married in their, I don't know, high school sweethearts.
Right.
Or somebody before they got married at the age of 30.
30, right.
Right? But I feel like under the age of 30, you're still kind of fresh and things can get thrown at you and
Right.
your resolve isn't that firm compared to what it is in your 30s and your 40s.
Yeah.
Mid-30s.
Yeah.
Mid-30s and 40s.
Yeah.
So I feel like your resolve is a lot more firm in your 30s and 40s. So therefore, if you hop in a relationship and stuff around those times and stuff, whatever, you know exactly what you want. You know the bullshit you don't need. And hopefully other person's stuff is on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And then that's it. In your 20s, you're still trying to figure some shit out.
Oh, 100%.
So I feel like sometimes when I hear people, we've been together 2 years, yeah, I'm having this baby, that's some puppy shit. I feel like a lot can still go wrong. Don't get me wrong, it can still go right.
Yeah.
But the odds are stacked up against you.
Yeah.
Right? So when I'm looking at this, I was like, I can't pick out a marriage that probably hasn't. When I was talking to OGs and everything, I spoke to like 4 couples. No, I did you, bro, man, for Fifth Flow. 4 couples. Let me flick up this other finger up. Boom. That's 4.
Yeah.
I spoke to 4 older couples and stuff. I'm like, yo, man, like, yo, you've been married for like amount of time and stuff, whatever. I'm like, yo, like, y'all ever had like a cheating incident? You or her stepped out? And like, I asked 3 guys, and I asked 1 woman in another relationship. So 3 guys in their own marriages,
Right.
And 1 woman in their own marriage, whatever. And all of them, like the guys is like the 2 guys. This is how they responded. He's like, I mean, shit, you got to test the waters to make sure this is where you want to be. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, really? And the woman who said it, whatever, she's like, yeah. What I knew when I met him, he was a handsome guy. He was full of himself, and he was a player.
Right.
But I thought that would have stopped after we got married. But then when they got married,
Continued on.
a situation happened again, and she's like, yo, it's me or this. Because at the end of the day, if you want this marriage to work, whatever,
Right.
I'm not going to put up with this shit.
Right.
And it goes back to a generational thing for me. Like, I feel like back then, the women weren't as...
Would have put up with
They would have put up with it because they weren't financially I want to say, like, holding their own.
Right.
So they're like, the man would be like, yo, Pablo's a Rolling Stone. I ain't going you ain't going nowhere. I pay the bills in this bitch. You shut the fuck up. I'll calm down. I won't embarrass you. And everything like that. And the woman just has to sit there and just take the cheat. But I feel like in modern times now, where these women are part of the workforce, Tyler Perry had a movie. I can do bad all by myself.
Yeah, it's true.
So I feel like a lot of the women and stuff, they're like, no. So that's why I feel like, you gotta survive some cheating shit. I ain't gonna survive no cheating shit. Nah. You disagree?
I think you can survive.
Me? Oh, hell no, man. I don't want nobody dipping in my pool. I like to... I was gonna say that wrong. I was like, I like to pee in my own pool. I like to get wet in my own pool. I like to pee in regular pools, not in vaginas. I don't pee in vaginas. I might squirt a little. It's not pee. I'm looking at all cameras.
I think it's also gonna depend on where you guys are at in the relationship.
Explain.
If it happens, if the cheating happens early in the relationship, it's probably less survivable than it happening, let's say, 5 or 10 years in.
Yeah, but okay, what about 7-year itch? You know about the 7-year itch. To the folks at home, hopefully 7-year itch defines where some people just, after 7 years, they feel a type of way to, they might feel a little wavering because they put up with so much shit before from both sides.
Right.
And they might waver where their intentions or where their heart lies. And they said, if you get over the 7-year itch, you're certified. I didn't make it past the 7-year itch.
You didn't make it past 5 years either.
I did, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can't count. Bitch, you were there at the wedding.
How many years were you in?
I was married at 2013.
2013. And this happened, what, 2018?
Yeah.
So you just scraped the 5 years.
Suck it! I made it.
Maybe 6 years in.
You're a piece of
maybe
shit.
6 years in.
Don't move the damn bar.
No, I said between 5 and 10 years. So maybe if you got in on the 6.
He moved the bar.
I said between 5 and 10.
Yo, he moved the
You
bar.
were just at the cusp.
The cusp.
You were at the cusp.
You cuss people. All you cuss people should get cussed the fuck out.
You were at the cusp.
But yeah.
But yeah, I think the longer in you start to weigh things. I think you really start to weigh
out pros and cons?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I can agree to that. But I guess it is an individual thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It is an individual thing, but I feel like when I hear people and stuff like marriages don't last as long as they used to or back in the day and everything, I still feel like it was a generational and a financial kind of thing.
Generational, financial, and you know what? To be quite honest, I don't think a lot of people were willing to quit on relationships back then.
So you think more people were willing to quit on relationships now?
I think more people were willing to work through their problems back then.
So you feel like people aren't working on their problems and stuff now?
To some extent, I don't think as much as they did back then. Simply because of what you say. It's probably easier to leave that relationship than it is to put the energy in it to make it work.
Yo, keep it real though. A woman's energy is not the same and stuff, whatever, after like one major hurt. I feel like women are more reserved to kind of pull out. And that's what I'm saying, like a resilience type of thing.
Yeah.
Like a dude have been like, all right, you cheated on me, all right. Don't do that shit again. And we're back, sports fans. But then I feel like some women and stuff would be like, you cheated on me? Where you going? You're going to go see that bitch again? Be like, what are you talking about? I'm just going to go get milk.
Like, I think Coretta Scott King knew what was going on.
Woo! Talk to me.
I think she had an inkling, you know what I mean?
Dr. Martin Luther Joseph.
Of what was going on. But at the same time, I think she was willing to look past that because of who he was and what he was about to do. Same thing what we were talking about. Like, yeah, are we willing to shit on him because of his moment of infidelity?
Yeah,
right?
so you beat out all the good he did for the one bad.
For the one bad.
Right.
And we preach growth and development. So who's to say, you know what I mean, after that situation? Because you know what? If you really, and this is what I find, when you really love someone, right? And you hurt that person, and you really see how much that person hurt, you're not inclined to do that again. You're not. If you truly love, not saying it can't happen, but I'm saying if you truly love that person,
You're right.
You don't want to see that person in that hurt. You rather at that point leave that person alone.
Yeah. Is that Tony Braxton? Love should have brought you home last night.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. If you really loved me, you would have brought your ass home.
Yeah.
And just call it a fucking day. And I think Luther Vandross, I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with someone else.
Right. And I think faced with that, I think a lot of men realize, yo,
I'm an audiophile.
You're a cinemaphile and an audiophile. I think when a lot of men get faced with that now and realize, shit, I almost made like the biggest mistake in my life and losing somebody I really truly love for a moment of, you know what I mean, where I just couldn't control myself.
Seconds of pleasure.
Yeah. Then you really start to think about it and you really start to say to yourself, nah, I can't allow this to happen again. I can't, you know what I mean? And then they work through it, you know what I mean? But it takes that type of understanding on both sides. You understand?
Yeah.
For you to be able to get past that. And I think, I think that happens with couples that stay together, who've been through that and stay together, because they realize at the end of the day, we were meant to be together, right? Mm-hmm. And there's always going to be pitfalls in life. We're not immune to it.
No, there's not sunshine and rainbows and lollipops. It's gonna, like, dark days are gonna come.
Dark days is gonna come.
It's how strong we are mentally and physically to prepare for the dark days. It's kind of like a hurricane.
Right, and how you navigate through it.
Right. You know the storm might come.
Right.
Let us do the best things we can do possible to prep. I'm not saying we know exactly what's going to happen, but let's fortify our house, our sanctuary strong enough to withstand the storms.
Yeah. And you know what?
Can you stand the rain? Audiophile.
You know what? If the storm blew open a couple windows, then we should sit down and figure out how do we make it so those windows don't get blown open by the storm again.
That's 2 times in one episode you touched my soul.
Hey,
man.
I'm working, man.
I see.
We do this for the people, man. We do this for the people.
I see. Oh. Free jams. Message. All right, man. Let's get to the question of the week.
Question of the week.
What sound or what noise do you love?
I like the sound of... Okay. So I'm gonna describe it because for the audience members out there who are not in any form of islands or any part of the West Indies or any part of anywhere where you can have a zinc roof.
Yeah.
I like the sound of rain beating on a zinc roof.
It does sound nice though. It does sound nice.
I actually like listening to rainfall, but if it's falling on a zinc roof.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say rainfall for me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say rainfall, but I love rainfall. I know rainfall hit different though, cause like especially when it creeps up and like say you got the windows open.
Yeah.
Or
you just feel that little light breeze first. You feel a little light breeze first.
Yeah, you might get that hurricane kind of wind.
You might get that,
but then I just like when it sounds like it's from afar and then it just kind of just sweeps the area.
Yeah,
like it's on the asphalt and the concrete.
Right.
I like the sound of rain.
Yeah,
I don't like the sound of snow. I gotta fucking drive through when I leave this bitch. But yeah, so what sound noise do you hate?
My alarm clock. I despise that noise.
That's 3.
I'm 3 for 3 today.
You're 3 for 3 today. Fucking guy. Yo, for some odd reason, my dumbass, I can sleep and I'll be like, you know what? I'm up and I'll wake up like a few minutes before my alarm clock because something in my head is telling me like,
Yeah. Me
but
too.
when I'm captivated in like a fucking dream or like a good ass sleep, where I don't got nothing showing on the brain and everything like that, and I'm just gone like, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I hate it.
I'm about to kill me a motherfucker.
I hate it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. All right, man. Let's get to Axe's Sons.
All right.
Axe's Sons. First one comes from King Hill. Since International Men's Day just passed, what is one thing men struggle with?
Recognition?
Recognition?
You think we struggle with that?
I don't know. I think men get recognition. I think women don't get recognition like that because they said behind every good man is a good woman,
Right.
and behind every good woman should be a good ass. No, I'm just fucked up. I got a problem.
You do got a
I do
problem.
have a problem. But I mean, a lot of times, keep it real though. Beyonce, single
Right.
ladies.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one paid attention to the fact that she was already married to Jay-Z.
Right.
And Jay-Z wrote the song.
Hmm.
And then Who Run the World? Girls?
Yeah.
The Dream wrote that one.
Yeah.
But no one, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think recognition might be a way. I think men struggle with female pedophiles and sharing feelings. Because I feel like there's a lot of Antoine Fisher cases and stuff that happen out there where a lot of older women, like, you know, are pedophiles and jump on younger men.
Yeah.
But I think in maybe our culture, maybe other cultures in the world, they just kind of look at it as like, yo, that's battle stripes. That's stripes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's stripes and stuff, whatever. And pedophile still pedophile. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's one.
Which, you know what? That's which sucks, because deep down you could be really feeling a way about this whole thing, and here comes somebody fucked up making you feel even more fucked up because they saying, nah, you supposed to feel like a man because that shit happened.
Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah. Harry Pitts says, did you guys ever had mean nicknames when you were growing up? You ever had a mean nickname when you were growing up? Somebody called you something and stuff? Well, my last name is Harvey, so they always said Marvin Harvey likes Barbies. So there's some people used to shorten up and just call me Barbie. That's what used to piss me off. And I always had a big ass forehead, so they always used to call me Five Head.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever had a disparaging or
You never had a mean nickname?
mean nickname.
You lived a privileged fucking life.
Yeah,
Did you really grow up in the hood?
Well, see. This is. See, I was smart.
God, let me hear this. Tell me, smart guy.
By the time I was 13,
Yeah.
I was rapping and I gave myself a nickname. So my nickname, Smooth, stuck from the age of 13. And nobody called me anything other than Smooth.
Okay. All right.
I actually remember that day. I actually didn't name myself. It was grade 9 French class. My rapping name was MC Andy D.
MC
Andy D. I was like, nah, I need to
Did
change
you
it.
have bars though?
I have bars,
I have
man.
to ask some
I have
people.
bars, man.
Who can I ask from your squad to verify you had bars?
Oh,
Because everybody's gonna say they have bars, just like when it comes to sex tape shit. Everybody can fuck for 10 hours.
Shit. You know when I knew I had bars? When Ron Nelson, you know who Ron Nelson is, right? He used to before he played the reggae show, he used to have the hip hop show on CKLN, right?
That's an old ass radio station.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Ron first got my demo tape, he would play it. He would play it every show.
Really?
Yeah, but the song "Lyrical King," he would play it every show, right? So I knew I had something.
This is new to me.
I knew I had something.
Yeah.
You know what? When it solidified it for me, when I heard my demo play on a Sunday and it wasn't Ron's show, it was just playing on regular college station. So I was like, "Oh shit,
Folks, I didn't know I was sitting next to greatness in the
I
making.
got some bars, man.
I do
I got
apologize.
some bars."
Yeah.
So it was, and the song was called "Lyrical King."
Nice.
I digress.
That felt like a subtle flex. It felt like a subtle flex.
I digress.
It felt like a subtle yet strong kind of flex. Fucking guy.
He was asking about the bars, man. Semi
says 23. What secret is someone keeping from you but you already know about?
Nah, they doing a good job.
3 bills from me. I know you know you did it. I don't want to call your name out on the show, but I will call your name out and stuff when you ask me when you hear this episode.
You gonna be like, how you know? How you know, Mark?
I know. Because me, where I put my money and stuff at the time,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, I'm short $300. This is when I was doing my deeds, getting it in.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, who the fuck misses places $300 like that, whatever, right? Consider the fact that I'm like, I had about like, I think $2,000 at the time. So I'm like, so I just miraculously have $1,700. I go in the shower, come out, I just have, it costs $300 to take a shower? Yeah. I know.
We know.
I know.
We know. Roommate.
Actually, it was a family member. Yo, actually.
Greasy.
Yeah.
Greasy.
Yeah. All right, man. That's it for this week.
All right.
Hit them up with a So Say the Sons for the week. So Say the Sons for the week is no one should work so hard to remain the same.
So say the Sons.
Yo, I feel like a lot of people feel like, yo, you're grit and grinding and you're supposed to be the same person and stuff. No, there's life lessons you learn along the way that make you better than what you were before.
Yep.
So how do you work that hard to stay the same when you acquire new lessons, new experiences, new beliefs? And you're like, oh, you've changed. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should have happened.
Tell you what. Think of yourself today. Then think 5 years ago. And if your position today is what it is, what it was 5 years ago,
You ain't working hard.
yeah, you need to get your ass in gear.
Facts.
You need to get moving. There's a thing called growth,
You ain't doing it.
and you ain't doing it. Yeah.
And if you are, give yourself a pat on the back.
Give yourself a pat
We'll
on the
give you a
back.
hand clap. Good job. Keep that shit up. All right.
Someone asked me if I would ever date my ex. You know what my response is?
Hell to the no.
The purpose in life is to move forward.
It was an ex for a fucking reason.
Why am I going backwards?
I took the exit when I was dealing with that person.
You're supposed to go forward in life.
I always say people throw exes back
Forward.
in your life to see if God throws your exes back in your life to see if you're still stupid. Because you should have grew and learned and everything. So people are like, right place, right time. And we spoke about it on the show. I'm like, no, it's not. That person just wasn't right for you. You need to grow. Grow up.
That's it.
All right, folks. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, like, subscribe, comment. We welcome it all. Thank you again for the great this week's segment and stuff of Ask the Sons.
Ireland, what up?
What up, Ireland? Again.
What up, Ireland? We see you.
Mexico, we see you chasing
We
them.
see you.
Canada and US, keep doing your damn thing.
We see you. We see you.
And once again, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all. Peace. Be
Peace.
safe out there.
Peace.
Deuces.
Yo, check out Alicia Cinnamon's track.
The roof should not be televised.
It's televised now.
And
Check it out on YouTube. Actually, check out her interview on our episode last week if you haven't already. All right?
deuces.
Deuces.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.